Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we have the classic problem 300 longest increasing subsequence. Given an integer array nums, we are to return the length of the longest strictly increasing subsequence. So the number should not even be equal, it should be increasing. And the important thing is that we don't need to return or even know about the exact values of the longest increasing subsequence. We only need to care about the length. So that makes our solution a little bit easier. Let's take an example here. We have a 2310. The way we can approach this is accumulate for every number all the numbers that are smaller than itself in the result. And should we ever have a number that is larger than all the values in result, we can append it. And even if a number comes after an existing number and the order doesn't match, we're essentially keeping track of the longest increasing subsequence within the size of the result. So this will make more sense when we go over an example. Let's give that a go. So in result is currently empty, so let's add the 2. And then now we're on 3. 3, there's no value in result. If we iterate all the values in result, which is currently only 2, 2 is not greater than or equal to 3, so let's just add that. Okay, now we get to an interesting part. Now note that our current longest subsequence is 2, and even if the values are overridden, we will return this length, and so we'll always remember what the longest size is, which is currently 2. That's the length. Okay, so if we start from the first one, 1, so this number 2 is greater than or equal to 1, so we can actually overwrite this guy and then break out of the loop. Now note that 1, 3 does not necessarily represent our sequence. However, it does still accurately represent the longest size of a sequence. It's actually 2, 3, where 3, at 3, you'll know that there's at least one number, or there's exactly one number before 3 that is smaller than itself. Okay, we're done with 1. Now we're at 0. 0, this 1 is greater than or equal to 0, so we can overwrite this with this. And once again, 0 comes after 3, so this doesn't represent the subsequence. However, it does still accurately represent the size. Now let's make it more interesting. Let's remove these guys and make this into a 4. Actually, let's do this 5, 4, and 5. Now at this point, let's review. Let's go over this again and maybe a different color. Okay, so we add the 2 because there's no other numbers, and then this 2 is not greater than or equal to 3, so we add the 3. 1, well, 2 is greater than or equal to 1, so replace that with 1. Now we're at 5. Well, 1 is not larger than 5. 3 is also not larger than 5, so we can add the 5 here. And at this point, the longest increasing subsequence is 3, where this value does not represent the subsequent values. However, it does represent the size, meaning at 5, we know we have 2 numbers. We don't know what those numbers are, but we know we have 2 numbers that is smaller than itself up until this point. Okay, so let's continue. Now we're at 4. 1 is not greater than or equal to 4, neither is 3. However, 5 is. So let's replace this one with our value 4. And note that we still have 3 as the size. So up until this point, 3 is the longest increasing subsequence, where the values don't matter, we just care about the size. And the final interesting point is we have a 5, then 1, 3, and 4 are not larger than 5, so we add the 5 here. And at this point, the longest increasing subsequence, the size is 4, where these values, these values don't represent the subsequence, but all we care about is at the point that we added this 5, which is this 5, we know there are 1, 2, 3 numbers that come before it, which is less than it. And then so we return 4. Okay, so let's translate this to code. So we can initialize a result variable to hold all the values, but remember we're going to return the length of this. And then we can iterate for every num in nums, and we can do for I, we want the index along with the added value in enumerate res. This will allow us to actually subseq. Okay. This will allow us to iterate the index and the value at that index. And now if we don't do this one, if we don't encounter here, then we'll hit the else statement, which is we'll add into our subsequence whatever is our current num. Okay, and the condition that we're looking for is if the current number is less than or equal to whatever is the already added number in subsequence, then we want to overwrite it. So we'll say subsequence of I will now equal the current number because this current number is smaller than whatever was added previously. And it is sorted, but whenever it's smaller, we overwrite it. Okay? And then at the end, all we have to do is return the length of subsequence. Let's give that a run. Oh, once we do that, we definitely need to break out. So let's break so that we stop the iteration because this is all sorted. If some number, let's say 1 is smaller than 2, and all the numbers are increasing, 1 will certainly be smaller than all the others. So let's make sure to add the break statement, give that a run, and the submit. And there we have it. Once again, this was 300 longest increasing subsequence, where the main idea is we're keeping track of the size. So for every number, if the number happens to be smaller than a number that's already in subsequence, which will remain sorted, then we overwrite that value. And this works because we don't care what the exact numbers are in the subsequence, we care about the size. So if we ever add a number, because there's no number which is larger than itself, or if the current number isn't smaller than any of the values in subsequence, that means it's larger than all the values in subsequence. When we add it to this, we know that there's this many numbers which are smaller than itself thus far. And that's the only thing we care about. Thanks so much. Happy coding. See you next time.